it's time to crank up the truth. I'm Val Selby, and over the decades of working online, I've learned a most important lesson. Mindset owns your business. If procrastination, imposter syndrome, and a lack of focus have been blocking your biz, then I'm here with Val Full Volume, ready to help you see choices that you're making. Get ready to own your personality and use your expertise to create the business of your dreams. Now is the time to make changes and live your best life. So let's get to it. Hey, here it goes. Podcast starting. And I am so excited to be behind the mic again, talking more about mindset. So many avenues that we can go down. But I'm going to jump into one today. And I almost said keep it simple, but is there anything mindset that's simple? No, no, there's not. What might be simple about it is it's just one word. I want to talk about focus today. And it's really odd because when I wrote the word focus down, I'm taking a look at it and I'm like, what does that even mean? What does having focus in my business even mean? And the more I looked at the word, the more I got confused on what does that mean? So I started scrolling through. I have a spreadsheet for new members when they join over at the free group, the Getting Biz Done group. And one of the questions that I ask everybody is, what's your biggest stumbling block when getting biz done? And there are maybe 10, I mean, that's pushing it, maybe 10 different reasons for what the stumbling blocks are. But there's really the same 5 that keep coming up. And one of them is focus. And as I'm looking through, it'll be funny because like the members, when they fill out the form for membership, they don't know what anybody else has put in there. And I mean, I can look through it and some of them are like staying focused. And then like right below it, the person who joined right after them was just like focusing on just one. And it's ironic that I stopped at this staying focused because one of the ones, it says staying focused. And I get so caught up in emails and it's like, and seeing what others are doing, I often don't get my work done. So there's a few things going on in that particular example right there. Staying focused. When we are really into something, we don't have a problem staying focused. We don't. We know the job needs to get done and we want to do the job and we get it done. And it might not even take very long, speaking in generalities. But I do have a few different reasons why the lack of focus comes up. And I have a few of these different reasons because this is exactly what I go through. I go through the lack of focus. Ironically, I had focused down as to record today. I hadn't looked at it. I didn't remember what I was going to record today. Hadn't looked at it. The focus was a big one for me today. It's a Monday for me. I know I need to have my to-do list written out prior to getting up on Mondays. This sets my week off to a much better start. And I know this, and I didn't do it. So then I'm up this morning and I actually woke up with like every single thing that I could ever need to do in the next 5 years for work was just flowing through my head because I had not sat down and mapped out exactly what I wanted to get done today. So I know that I know I need that so that I can have focus on Monday mornings and start my week off right. It helps me get focused on, okay, these are my 3 things that I need to get done. And I do stick to 3 things. Do I get more done in a day? Absolutely. But I always write down on my little Post-it note 3 things that must get done. And that right there does help me stay focused. Because if I take a look at it and I know that I can get those 3 things done in my time that I'm going to be working or the time that I have to work, then it's like, okay, cross, done. Okay, what else do I want to do? Do I want to do anything else? No. Then I'm going to go do something else away from work. If there's other stuff that I want to get done because I'm feeling motivated, then cool. I'm getting maybe tomorrow's to-do list done and, moving on down. So I know that is an issue for me, that I set myself up for some failure this morning and wasted time and wandering around going, when's my coffee going to hit? Caused my own issues this morning, caused my own anxiety. I also know that often a lack of focus is going to be because we don't know what we want to create. So then we get super bogged down in doing all of the things. It's like, okay, well, I don't have a focus because I don't know exactly what I want to do or who I want to talk to or what I want their outcome to be. So I'm going to do all the things, all of it. I must do all of it because one of these things is going to work. I don't know which one, but one of them is going to work. So it will help you get focused for sure if you figure out who your ideal client is. Now, I'm not going to go into ideal client too much right now. I do have the Who the Hell Are You Talking To? It's a free little mini class that I've got. There was many times where I would change my ideal client constantly. I'd be like, oh, well, it must be because I don't have this, figured out. I don't have that figured out. I don't have that figured out. And I would never follow through 100% on the figuring out my ideal client. I wasn't figuring out what they needed. I'd be doing the whole, well, her name is this, and she's this, and she drives this. And I would do all of that fun part of the whole visualizing exactly who she is and where she lives and all of that. But I wouldn't do the little bit harder work of what does she need? What is something that I can bring to her to get her to these next steps? I know I did that for quite a few years. So then I was constantly changing because if I don't finish to what she needs, then I can't market to her and I can't create for her. Duh, right? Yeah, when we're blocking ourselves, though, it just is not a duh. It's just one of those many things where we're blocking each other. So figuring out who you want to help and why you want to help them and how you want to help them is going to help you get that focus. Because it's like, oh, okay, I need to make this lead magnet right now because it's going to help them with this so that I can sell them this. And you definitely want to get to them the part where you're selling them this, right? Because that's why we're in business. Absolutely why we're in business. So not knowing what you want to create or for who becomes a big issue for a lack of focus. Because you're just kind of talking to everybody about everything. Another thing that comes up for focus and lack of focus is, and it does have to do with the whole, these are kind of going in order, is comparison. Now, because you don't know who you're selling to or what you want to sell them, and I'm going to say because these, like I said, these are ones that I have definitely gone through over the years. And I can look back and realize that that's exactly what I was doing. I didn't know who I wanted to sell. So I was comparing myself to what other people were doing. And I was like, okay, well, I'll do it like that. And I'll do it like that. And I'll do it like that. And next thing you know, you've got 5, 6, 10 models that you're going to be like, okay, well, I did it like that. Yeah. How long did I do it for like that? 5 seconds? A blink? Okay, well, that didn't work. So I'm going to do it like this person. I want it like this person. I want it like this person. Comparing what you are doing to other people just keeps you spinning in a circle. Just absolutely spinning in a circle. You are not them and they are not you. You bring your experiences into your business just like they did. So things that work for them, for one, it might not even be who your ideal client wants. And here you are trying to force this model in on the people that you want to talk to. And they're like, I don't care. I don't care about that. So look at where you are comparing yourself to others and see if that is totally messing you up for your focus because you're constantly looking for whose model is going to work for you. Like I said, I've been there. I wonder if you can hear the rain. We were having one of the worst springs I can remember in a really long time in the Seattle area. And it is pouring right now. I had to do my own mindset work about that today because I'm not going to even say I'm over it anymore. I can't change the weather and it's just going to be cold and icky until it's not. And oh, well. So comparison issue, you see that kind of goes along, like I said, goes along with the not exactly knowing what you're doing. So you're looking at other people and what they're doing and you're like, okay, well, I'll do that too. But usually you don't just follow just one person and like just mimic them. It's usually a bunch of different people. And lack of focus. This one's my favorite right here. This is my go-to. This is the one I thankfully catch myself at quicker because I realize that I'm doing it sooner. My go-to when I have a lack of focus or when I'm trying to procrastinate and ignore things is to join every challenge, program, training, and new coaching that is possibly ever going through my email all at once. Does anybody do that? Anybody else? All of a sudden, my emails will just be going out of control. I will be in a million Facebook groups and I won't be following through on any of them, right? Because who can? You can't do more than one challenge. You can't do more than one coaching program effectively. You can't go through more than one training at a time effectively. And I'm going to use that word effectively for all of that because you're missing the implementation part. You know, we could sit there and we can take classes and we can take workshops and we can go stay in Zoom for 5 hours a day and listen to training. But is that doing anything for your business? Or is that just you bringing in information? I'm not saying you're not possibly going to use that information later down the road, but you might have already given up on your business by that point. So pay attention when you're losing that focus. What else are you doing? You know, like the one person wrote on that form. I get so caught up in emails and seeing what others are doing, I often don't get my work done. So for that one in particular, what needs to happen? When we're in it, it's hard. But when I am stuck scrolling through my emails or like before I was going to hit record on here, I went to my emails. So what did I have to do? I had to put my big girl panties on and I had to shut down my stupid tab for my emails. I mean, it was really that easy. Scroll on through. Is there anything that's important to my business? Customer-wise, money-wise? No? Okay, then shut it down. I can go do it at another time. Instead of using it as my procrastination tool of, well, I'm doing emails. No, I'm not doing emails. Nope, I'm not. So take a look. See if you're pulling your focus away yourself. Of course we are, right? See how many different challenges you are doing. See how many different coaching programs you're signed up. See how many different Zoom meetings you are in that aren't paying you. There's a difference there. Are they Zoom meetings that you're making money on or are they Zoom meetings that you're paying for? See how much time you're spending in all of that. Is that the best use of your time? Or is that you pretending to be working and hiding from getting the work done? Now, I know that part of the issue with using these, comparison and going through all of the trainings and all of that, it does boil down to the fears. Because if we don't stay focused on it, well, it's not my fault. I couldn't stay focused. I mean, I've used that. I've used that in my own head. And if I don't stay focused, then I can't get the job completed, right? Which means that I can't fail at it. So even though I'm not feeling great about the fact that I'm not getting things completed, my mind is trying to protect myself from, well, it might have failed and it might have sucked. So it's probably a good thing that we didn't get it done anyways. And like the new coach that I'm working with right now, we are working at sitting in the suck. It's okay to have the negative emotions. And I'm working on that. I'm working on that. I know for me, I even I have to be aware of the negative emotions for one thing, because I've lived a life of positivity for a really long time. And it was great. And it helped get me out of toxic environments that I had created. However, now it doesn't help me. I need to sit and work through, okay, why do I feel this way? And that's really when I started doing a lot of my mindset work a few years ago was, okay, why am I doing this? Like the last one I said, why am I looking for the next coaching program? Because that one's going to be it. And why am I working with two coaches at the same time who are nothing alike? So then I'm getting not opposing feedback, but I'm getting different feedback, of course, because everybody's different. So I'd be getting different feedback and then I'd be kind of trying to do both, or, nothing was actually getting completed. Like I said, the big thing is well, if it's completed, then I have to deal with what the outcome, positive or negative, is, right? So now I'm just really focused on, okay, I know it's going to be a positive outcome. If the launch is unsuccessful, it's still a positive outcome because I got it done. And I can take a look at it and see, okay, this is why it didn't work. And I can change it. I can rerun it. I can tweak it. I can do all of those things, but I can't ever do that if I don't stay focused long enough to get the job completed. So take a look at the word focus and what does being focused in your business mean to you? Do you find yourself doing any of those things that I just talked about that are pulling your focus away, that are the easy excuses? Because, hey, if you go and learn how to do this, that's going to help your business, right? It's so easy to tell yourself that, but it doesn't. And we don't need to be experts at every single social media platform, every possible platform. We just don't have to be the expert at copywriting and social media and newsletter writing and email writing and product creation and course creation and this platform and that platform. We just don't, and we won't be the experts at everything. So I suggest finding who you want to talk to and what you want to be teaching them or what you want to be creating for them. What are you going to be solving? Jump into my Who the Hell Are You Talking To little mini course. It's free. We'll put the link in the show notes for you to check out and really dig into that. It's 20 minutes. It's super duper quick, but I do suggest doing it really quick just to get yourself through it. And then also jumping in and doing a little bit deeper if possible to really figure out exactly what you want to bring to them. Now, if you need to find the focus right this very minute or first thing in the morning, please write down the 3 things that you are going to get done and make sure that they are things that you can get done in the time that you have available. So if you have 2 hours to work tomorrow and that is it, don't write down that you are going to create a full course. It's not going to happen in 2 hours, right? It's just not going to happen. So make sure that you write down, okay, I'm going to send out this email, or maybe you're going to schedule 3 emails, 4 emails, something like that, and schedule them out ahead. But make sure that it is a job, 3 jobs that you can get completed in the amount of time that you have to work, and be honest about that amount of time that you have to work. That really helps with the focus. That is one of the big things that I run a few challenges where that is our main focus is 3 things, just 3 things, just 3 things. Because there's always more that we can be doing. There's always a ton of things that we can be learning. That's never, ever going to stop. So just focus on what are 3 things I can get done today and see how much that motivates you. Getting stuff done is super motivating because you're like, oh, I'm in a groove. I'm going to keep on. I'm in a groove. All right. So I've got more topics, of course. We've got procrastination. We've got different platforms. Procrastination is coming up. I didn't look at my list, but I'm sure procrastination is coming up pretty soon. But if you're finding yourself having an issue staying focused, take a hard look at why. And ask yourself why. Why aren't you being focused? Be honest with yourself. Do you really want it? Or are you working in the wrong direction? Oh, that's something else we could probably talk about in another one. Lack of focus. Lack of focus. Could mean that you're not working on the business that you're supposed to be working on. That's probably not helpful right now. We'll save that for another day. So find your 3 things. Write out your 3 things for tomorrow and for the next day and see how that helps. I'd love to hear more. And if you're having any issues with focus and anything specific, let me know. BossLady@valselby.com. All right. Thanks for being here. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for listening to Val Full Volume. I can't wait to talk with you again, and I'd love to bring you more information even quicker. So if you are ready to move past your crap and be less in your head, I'm ready to coach you. An excellent first step is joining us in the Boss Mindset membership. You can find it at valselby.com/join-membership. That's valselby.com/join-membership. Now go out there and create the biz of your dreams.